Well, hello here on this Tuesday, looking at some air quality alerts across much of Minnesota. That Canadian wildfire smoke back in our area. We have the heat for really at least the next 7 to 10 days, and just some very isolated thunderstorm chances. Very difficult to forecast because they're going to be so hit and miss, but they can affect some of the temperatures here over the coming days. In fact, tomorrow might be one of those days where we don't quite reach 90 if we get enough cloud debris left over from many showers or thunderstorms. Of course, we have big fire danger in our own region too. The northern half of Minnesota seeing some pretty high fire danger risk because of the drought that is extreme in parts of northern and northwestern Minnesota. And the smoke is not just here. This is a sunrise shot from New York City. Hazy, smoky skies. Much of North America seeing the smoke from the fires both off to the west, but also just to our north and northwest here from the Canadian wildfires. But here's a look from NASA and NOAA, one of the satellites picking up this huge fire exploding in Oregon the other day. So there's just fires everywhere. It's an early extreme start to the fire season, both to the west, but also to our north, and that is creating these air quality alerts. So red flag warnings to the west, that's for the fire danger, but then much of Minnesota and Wisconsin, you can see we have those air quality alerts. Same thing for much of the northeast too. So New York into Massachusetts as well, experiencing similar conditions as to us, and the sensors are not looking good. These should be green. That would be good air quality, but yellow, moderate air quality here in the Twin Cities. But as you go further north, closer to those fires, we're getting into some very poor air quality for places like Brainerd, Duluth, and up towards Bemidji. And the reason is we've had high pressure sitting to our north, pumping the air from the northeast to the southwest over us. So the air is kind of spinning outward from that high pressure over Manitoba, pushing the smoke at us from the northeast, a little bit of an unusual direction. But as I mentioned, the air quality definitely decreasing. Take a look at the Twin Cities here. We're in that yellow moderate area, so not as poor as areas to the north, but if you are sensitive at all to smoke, asthma, or have any chronic lung conditions, it could be a little bit problematic today. And try to limit maybe physical activity too if you have any issues. But further north, that's where the air quality really diminishes. So Brainerd, look at this, you can see poor air quality there, much different scale, and the trend is getting worse for many of these areas too, because we'll continue to see that smoke sort of waft in and drift through overnight tonight too. But also further north, Leech Lake, Cass Lake areas in northern Minnesota, even worse air quality in those areas too. So even in those areas, healthy people should probably stay indoors. In fact, that is the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency's recommendation. If you're in the northern part of the state, just stay inside, because central air helps to filter out some of that fine particulate from the smoke. But other than that, we're looking for a couple of isolated thunderstorms. Best chance of any of these showers are the northwest. Unfortunately, not enough to alleviate the drought there, but it is possible to see 1 or 2 random thunderstorms later today and tomorrow. So here's 5 o'clock. You can see a couple of them around tomorrow. Very hit and miss though, so don't depend on these for any water. But again, it could affect temperatures a little bit on and off by creating some leftover clouds that could be just enough combined with the hazy skies to maybe keep some of those temperatures cooler. So tomorrow, I don't think we quite reach 90. It'll be 1 day break, but then we're really back into a stretch of them again. We had 90 yesterday, right up around it again today. So we're really adding up to those totals. And in fact, still looking at that potential for some more extreme heat. Some models still occasionally throwing out a triple digit, not out of the question by the end of the week, the weekend and early next week, because this pattern stays hot. The heat bubble kind of spreads out occasionally, but then regroups right over central North America, right in our neighborhood. So that means for the time being, temperatures are going to be well above normal and occasionally very hot here right into the weekend and probably through next week too. So enjoy tomorrow's cool 86. Again, just very isolated shower, thunder chances. And then temperatures are just hot, 90s right through the weekend into next week. And in fact, maybe mid to upper 90s. And again, that outside chance of hitting a triple digit, especially in western and northwestern Minnesota, where they're a little bit more prone or able to reach those higher numbers.